Good afternoon, everyone. Dwayne Pinnell, Transwest Truck Trailer RV, and I'm in Belton, Missouri. I have the pleasure of showing you today through a 2026 Canyon Star. This is a 3947 floor plan, and this is a front engine diesel, which is very unique, and it also is a garage floor plan. So I'm going to get to that garage and show you that in a little bit. So again, very, very unique for a diesel coach to have the capacity for having a garage in the rear of the vehicle. So first of all, my name is spelled just like that, and my phone number 816-516-5312, and my email dwayne.pinnell@transwest.com. Appreciate you joining in today, and let's just get right to it. So first of all, the decor in this coach is called the Excelsior. Now that's a package that Newmar has offered with this particular model year, and the cabinets are called Dusk. So they are a suede cabinet, really dark, very luxurious looking, very, very nice in this particular coach, with a contrast of the lighter furniture, the darker cabinets, the lambrequins going around the windows. This will have day and nighttime shades in it. So today we have the daytime shades pulled down on this side, so you can see what those looks like. It's a screen. This does have windows that open just behind this sofa here that also makes a bed. You crank them out, you can get a little fresh air. Now there are 3 fantastic fans in this coach. There's one in the bathroom, there's one bath, there's one right above the kitchen here, and also one in the garage space. So if in the garage space you're carrying things like a motorcycle, maybe a side-by-side, and by the way, it's a 10-foot, essentially 8-foot wide garage, and it has a 10-foot ramp to enter into the vehicle and exit the vehicle, of course. Pretty nice for being able to walk up also, so not so steep that it creates a big problem for that. But if you have a side-by-side or something like that, then you have the fantastic fan if you're wanting to vent out some of the fumes that might come along with parking that inside, gas fumes, etc. And then we also have a side vent back there that you can open from the side and just keep the air flowing through there also. Now the fantastic fan will actually serve as like an attic fan. If you have some windows vented and you have that on, you can draw some of that fresh air in from the outside to get the fresh air. And if it's a nice day, conducive for the weather like that, then you'll want to have the windows open and, of course, get the fresh air. Otherwise, this has 3 air conditioners on board. It has 2 in the living area here, 1 in the bedroom, 1 here. Those are both 15,000 BTU air conditioners, and then also 1 in the garage space, and each of these is a heat pump. Now the one in the garage is a 13.5 BTU. So you're going to get plenty of cool, and because that's a heat pump, anything above 40 degrees essentially outside, it's going to take that chill off of the area back there. And probably in wintertime it'd be a little too cool with this particular unit to be able to spend much time back there if it's very, very cold. 2 gas tanks here. We have a fueling station on the, 1 gas tank, but we have a fueling station on this. It's an 80-gallon fuel tank in this coach, and the coach also has a 75-gallon fresh water tank, 60-gallon gray water tank, and 40-gallon black water tank. So plenty of tank space for you to be able to utilize it while off the grid. And then, of course, you have the valves that you can dump those if you need to along your journey. The length of the coach total is about 39 feet 11 inches. And the total height overall from the top of those air conditioners to the ground is going to be just under 13 feet. So if you have a 14-foot garage door, easily you can get in and out with this vehicle into the garage space or the storage space that you might utilize. Looking on through the coach, we do have 6-way control power seats on both of the seats here in the front, and they do swivel around toward the back. We have two 9-inch monitors here side by side that you can see. One's illuminated, one's not because the engine's not on. Nice digital display. We're on a Freightliner chassis with the smart wheel. You have Bluetooth connectivity, so you're going to be able to hook up your phone and do hands-free on that phone while going down the road should you get a call or make a call. And then we also have a charging pad to the left of the driver's seat here on the dash, as well as you've got your equalizer leveling jack system. So that's an easy system. You just push that, all jacks. You want to deploy all the jacks to level up the coach, you can do that. Their steering wheel is telescoping, and it also is tilt steering wheel. Some controls in the dash. The power shades are in the front. We have a day and nighttime shade there as well. While driving down the road with the engine on, it's going to have a limit switch. So it's only going to come down a certain limit so that you will not obstruct the view while driving. Going down the road, look at this great dash. Lots of space up there. I know people travel with pets, and I've seen many of them going down the road where they have a pet that likes to get up in that dash space. So that's a nice area for that to happen, should that be the case. Now, with this being a front engine, you see the doghouse here is very non-obtrusive, if you will. You've got lots of space to move around into the passenger, into the driver's seats, and make it a nice way to get in and out of this space here. Of course, you have the armrests on either side. Both of these do recline. Now, this is a manual recliner that you can pull the switch and then have that footrest come up. A charging station here. Have windows here that are manual also. You can slide open. They've got screens on them on either side. So if you want to go down the road and getting some fresh air, you have the ability to do that. I want to show you some of this storage space above the passenger seat. Pretty nice storage there. And also above the driver's seat, you have a couple of spaces there with a shelf above and the one below. And then, of course, you've got the 3-point seat belt system in the coach. Makes it nice and safe. Now, this is like a jackknife sofa. It will flatten out to create another sleeping space. But over here at the dinette, you have also the ability to drop this table down to the same height as the benches here and have a sleeping space there also. There's storage under the bed, and the other cushion for that space is in under the bed right there. If you have electronics that you want to hook up to the smart TV that's hanging on the wall, we don't have a televator TV here, you can hook up those electronics here, maybe a Fire Stick or Roku, anything like that you might want. These are smart TVs. And then we have a Bose sound system. Gives you nice surround sound with that Bose system. And then space also for some electronic equipment or just more storage if you want. Lots of electrical outlets throughout the coach. This one has the USB as well. And then overhead storage. Again, 2 levels here. You've got the shelf going all the way horizontally across, and then the lower shelf, of course. You can really put a lot of your belongings up there. And these are really nice wall sconces that you see. LED lights throughout the coach. We have a privacy shade that is a pleated shade that comes down to give you privacy at night. And then it does have the screen door should you want to open the screen. Now we have a smart digital control panel here where you can run many of the things off the coach. It also has the auto gen start. So if your amperage on your batteries gets down to a certain level, then you can actually have the generator coming on. It's a diesel generator. It will kick on and then try to charge up those batteries for you. We do have Bluetooth connectivity, so with the Newmar app, you can actually pair up your phone and run a lot of these features from your phone. Have the light settings here, your home screen, and it shows you all the tank levels. It shows you the health of the batteries and what conditions that they're in right now, all the different zones for your lighting. And we do have the LP full right now on the coach. Here's your HVAC, a couple of different areas. You've got the living room and the bedroom. And it's a nice 47 degrees in here because it's cold day in Kansas City. And so anyway, just everything's nice and neat and tidy right here in this area. The controls for the slide in this area are right here. We have the control right here. And then you have more of your electrical things here. Your charging, you've got a little solar charging for the chassis batteries. This is your step lock, so if you want to lock those steps out while you're parked, instead of the steps retracting in and then going out as you open the door every time, you can lock those steps out so that they're not doing that. Save on your motor as well. Also, you've got a carefree awning control here. And it does have the ability to turn some lights on out there. You have a block heater. Now, I mentioned the tanks earlier and the tank capacities. It does have heating pads on those tanks. So if you are camping in a cooler climate, you do have a heat resource to try to keep those tanks from freezing. And then I'll close this down. This is one of your fantastic fan controls. And Newmar added this into their coaches. So if you're entering a dark coach and you have your house batteries on, you can simply touch this and it will illuminate the coach. So you're not walking into a dark coach and looking for this panel or some of the other control panels that would help you to turn lights on or off. And then we have a patio light switch right here, which is just a toggle button here. We have vinyl flooring. It's got the plank style flooring. There is a little bit of storage on either side of these benches. So storage comes at a big premium in an RV, especially if someone's living in them. There are so many people that do these days. And then look at this nicely appointed ceiling. Again, I mentioned all LED lights. Now you can dim those down as well. But a lot of your air conditioning is going to come through the vent, while the air conditioner is, of course, on the top of the unit here. Nice lighting, and I don't know if you can see it, LED lighting to accent these columns and the beams, as well as on the sides. And then a little window here behind the shade. So you have the capacity of opening that window for some of that fresh air I mentioned. Nice solid surface countertop here with a great stainless sink, and that's the darker stainless sink. We have, of course, the kitchen window here, also with the ability to open up and vent the kitchen so you can take out some of the heat from either cooking or some of the fumes, which the fantastic fan would do. Nice residential style faucets and features. We have a scrub drawer if you want to keep that near the sink. And then the storage just continues with a trash can. So a lot of people, try to worry about where the trash can's going to go. This has it right there for you. Very accessible and easy. Lots of storage under the sink here. And then we've got all the drawer space. 4 drawers here, full extension on the roller glides. And again, they're all the same, top to bottom. This one is just perhaps a little deeper than the one at the top. And then this coach has the 3-burner cooktop gas, where you can control that, of course. And then the microwave, and these are Whirlpool microwaves, and they have implemented also the air frying capacity in these. So that's so nice, because we've all gotten accustomed now to air fryers, etc. And so it's very convenient, built right in. You don't have to have another item that's on the countertop there. And then we also have equipped this one with a dishwasher. So if you don't take China along, you could even use this drawer as a little storage space also. And then another drawer here with your cutlery just there. This is actually a remote for the screen door in the garage space, so I'll bring that to your attention now because it's right here. But it does have a power screen in that garage space that I will show you. I'm just going to turn this off. There we go. And then a residential style refrigerator. Now, what comes standard with this coach is the 10 cubic foot. Now, this one we have equipped with an 11 cubic foot, which is an option on the coach. And also an option is to have the ice maker, and this one does have the ice maker as well. As I mentioned, one thing about storage, we've got the pantries here. So lots of space for your grocery items that you take along, upper and lower, lots of nice canned goods space. And then we've got this door that's kind of cantilevered to swing open without taking up your aisle space here, because when the slide is in, it's on my left, it will come in and be a little tight here. Nice rectangular shaped shower with a skylight, so for the taller gentleman, you can stand there and still be able to stand fully straight up in the shower. And then, of course, you've got the vanity with the mirrors, more storage. We do have an electrical panel here inside, so that's where you can get to some of your fuses on the coach, with more storage area both behind the mirrors and also in the cabinet here. And then a pedal flush on the stool. Newmar does a great job with their decor, and these wall boards are just very nice and complementary to both the flooring, to the woodwork, and the ceiling, which are padded ceilings. So you have great insulation factor that Newmar utilizes on all their coaches through the whole line, all the way from the Baystar Sport, which is at the bottom, all the way up to the King Air. And then moving on back, we have a flat panel TV here with lighting controls, multiplex lighting just there. A window here. You see the hanging storage in this Canyon Star. And if you want to take those shelves out, of course, you've got the whole hanging bar there. Or if you'd rather fold items and store things that way, you can do that with a lot of drawer space below. And a lot of people in these videos love to see the drawer space. So that's why I'm opening these, so you can kind of get a feel for what that's like. And I mentioned earlier that we do have storage under the bed. Now, this is a queen size bed. And that cushion that I also mentioned earlier regarding the dinette, making that a bed, is just there. But all of this space, so maybe you have extra blankets or linens or clothing, whatever it is that you need to carry along, you've got plenty of space there. A privacy door that will close up this bedroom from the main living area. And then more storage above the bed. And this does have that feature where it's got the ability to plug in a CPAP machine if you use one, and then it's got a couple of portholes so you can drop your hose and the mask through there without having to set it on the side table here on either side of the bed. That accent lighting is continued, of course, in these horizontal and the columns. And then behind me, it's the big reveal for the garage space. So again, a great space depending on how you want to use a coach and what the needs are. So just here we have also another TV, more electrical above here with some storage at the same time. A little radio system here, and it has the Bluetooth mode. You can play radio, AM, FM radio. You can stream music from your phone, Pandora, whatever it might be, and then more storage capacity. Now, again, I mentioned that this is about 8 foot wide by 10 foot long. So if that is complimentary for whatever you want to carry along, this is a great space for it. We do have a vent here. So if you wanted to hook up a stackable washer dryer, or maybe a single unit that does the washing and the drying together, you can utilize that We have a vent here, and I mentioned taking out some of the fumes in the coach, and it's a little cold, so it doesn't want to move right now. But there we go. But you can open it up to vent some of the fumes out if that's the case. And then just behind this is a window also that will vent, brings in a lot of nice natural lighting. Same thing on the other side. You can crank these out and vent some of that fresh air in. And just snap that back down. Now that remote that I mentioned in that drawer before is right here. So just a remote control, and it will bring down that screen all the way to the floor. So if the ramp is opened, and this is the ramp, again 10 foot, you can get some fresh air in this space. Maybe, and because I have friends who do this, and there's that air conditioner, the 13.5, maybe you are somebody that goes to trade shows, or you go to little community fairs or shows like that because you have things that you make and want to sell. Great for transporting that kind of thing in this space. Your tent that you will set up when you get there, all the items, all your inventory you can keep right here. Lock up the coach, and we do have an exit and an entry door here that has the screen as well, so makes it easy to get in and out of without having to keep the ramp down. But even if you want to keep the ramp down and the screen closed, you can do that. Maybe you are an antique dealer and you like to go to different areas of the country and you pick up these items, and rather than rent a truck or something like that, depending on how much stuff you want to get, you could put that in this space here. I also have clients who like this particular unit and have bought it from me because they are dog show people. They like to transport their dogs. This becomes their washing area for the dogs. Sometimes their dogs are in this area also for transport, or for just ease of getting in and out with their cages and collapsing the cages, just carrying the cages if the dogs do stay up in the main area, which many of them do. It is great. We've got the rubber tread diamond flooring here, so very durable, easy to sweep out with a whisk broom, clean up. It's just very, very flexible as far as the uses that you can have for this Canyon Star. And again, with it being a front engine diesel, you've got 340 horsepower in a Cummins engine. Again, it's a Freightliner chassis, 700 pound-foot of torque. And if you want to tow a little vehicle on the back of this, you have 6,000 pounds worth of tow capacity here. We are a 32,000 pound gross vehicle weight rating here, and you've got about 6,000 pounds worth of applicable carrying capacity above that 32,000 pounds. So again, Canyon Star by Newmar. This is a 2026, and we're going to go just up here in the front to conclude the video. And this is stock number 17N253139. If you see or have seen something as I've walked through here that you like, give me a call. My name's Dwayne. And you know, there are a lot of people out there who have decided, for whatever reasons, things happen in life, we get it, and you don't want your coach any longer, or you're trying to find somebody to purchase your coach, give us a try. We'd love to entertain the idea of you selling your coach to us. Now, we try to keep it, you know, less than 10 years old when we purchase those, in good condition, we hope. But if you give us a call, you can start with me, and then I can set you up with the right people for investigating what that might look like and how we can bring that coach into our inventory and off of your hands, if that's something you're hoping to do, or if you have it as a trade. We want your trades as well. So just because you have a trade, don't think that, oh, I need to sell it on my own, I need to go through that hassle. That's not necessarily the case. We want to have a shot at bringing that trade in and having it become part of our inventory while you're taking a piece of inventory from us. It'd be our pleasure to do that for you. Again, Dwayne Pinnell, Transwest RV. I'm in Belton, Missouri, just on the south side of Kansas City. My phone numbers, you see it right there, 816-516-5312. That is my cell. You can text me on that line and call me. Let me know you watched the video, that you wanted to contact me because of this, and you want to speak about this piece of inventory, or from transwest.com. You've looked at inventory there as an RV, and you want to speak with me about it. I can help you. I'd love to help you. It'd be my pleasure to do so. Thank you for your time today. Really appreciate that as always. It's a pleasure to bring these videos to you. Hopefully you've learned something. Maybe the Canyon Star wasn't on your radar. Maybe it can become on your radar now, having looked through this today. And I just thank you so much for your time. And I hope to hear from you and look forward to it. Have a great day.